Hey guys, what is going on? It is Gear End here, and in today's video, we are going to be doing another battle scenario where we are going to be taking it up a level by doing God Dragons versus each other. Who would win? So the Water God Dragon versus the Wood God Dragon. Sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the video. So let's get right into who would win, the Wood God Dragon Alderon or the Water God Dragon Mergphobia. We can do this now because technically we have seen their powers in Fatal 100 Quest, because so far those are the only two God Dragons that we know the full abilities of for now. But let's get right into our battle scenario. So of course, for those of you guys of course I don't know, so Fatal 100 Quest has God Dragons, and one of them of course is the Water God Dragon Mergphobia. So of course he was the very first God Dragon that the Fatal crew encountered. They didn't know that he was actually the Water God Dragon, and he was actually a very nice guy, but for some reason somebody stole his power. We don't know who that was of course, but somebody stole his power, so he couldn't really control the God Dragon power within him, because whenever, let's just say, something bad would happen to somebody he cared about, or let's just say when something bad was happening, he couldn't control the rage and he would transform into a God Dragon and destroy a lot of stuff, but he doesn't mean to because he can't control it because somebody stole most of his power. So of course we saw his transformation in Fatal 100 Quest, and I will admit he does look like a very sick dragon. He's not the typical dragon where he's got like two claws and feet and everything. He looks like this snake sort of dragon where he's sort of like flying with these, let's just say, wings, but like I said, he's not a traditional dragon, and he is very powerful, because let's just say when Natsu of course was versus Mergphobia, he was having a very hard time trying to defeat him, and when of course Ignia came in out of nowhere to help Natsu, Ignia even said that Mergphobia was not even using half of his full power, because like of course we mentioned before, his power was stolen. So to think that the power he was using that was overpowering Natsu so much, to think that that wasn't even half of his full power, that was insane to think about. And let's just say, even with some of the power Ignia gave to him, he was still just above him and able to defeat him. But of course, at what cost, because he had to use some of the Fire God Dragon power, and of course that's not permanent. So of course that's a little overview of the Water God Dragon. Now let's turn our attention to the Wood God Dragon Alderon. So of course the Wood God Dragon, he is a very unique dragon. So of course he is technically one of the biggest God Dragons we've seen so far. He is made completely out of wood, and of course he has 5 different powers inside of him, which of course also like his powers for each one, so like powerful strength, mind, and all that sort of stuff. So each one of them of course have their own unique abilities, and let's just say it is very confusing to think about that, because his power was so immense that he couldn't control it all by himself, so he had to create these 5 different type of personalities and just hand out each one of his unique powers to them. So like one was for strength, the other one was for mind, and the other one for let's just say pure power. So each one of them of course had one of their own unique abilities, because he could handle it all on his own. So but of course he was of course one of the very first God Dragons that could be defeated, because Natsu of course was versus the main one, so like the one that would control the mind. And of course, even though at the beginning he did have some very tough times trying to defeat it, since of course his attribute was fire, and fire of course is very good versus wood, he was able to use that to his advantage. And of course with everybody else helping out, they were able to defeat Alderon and of course steal the Wood God Dragon on their own. So there was no help from any other God Dragons or any other Dragon Guilds. It was just them doing it on their own. So that of course has to be taken into account, but you also have to take into account that Alderon technically was not his true form, you would say, because like I said, his power was very immense that he had to split it into 5 different personalities, so his power was very powerful indeed. So now let's see, of course, the Wood God Dragon versus the Water God Dragon. Who would win in a battle? Well, in my opinion, of course, I would say that the Water God Dragon would win, because he was overpowering Natsu so much, of course, when they were versus him for the first time, and he was even using half of his power. So imagine if he was at his full power. Well, let's just say Natsu would not be alive, and the Water God Dragon, of course, would be so unstoppable. But, of course, Alderon is not that weak of a God Dragon, because, like I said, he still had to split his powers up, because he couldn't control it all at once. But if he was able to control it all at once, I would say he would definitely be able to put up a much bigger fight, because Wood, of course, is very good versus Water. But, of course, Mercophobia has so much power that if the other half did get stolen from him, he definitely, and I do mean definitely, would be able to destroy the Wood God Dragon Alderon. You guys let me know down below, who would win in this epic battle? The Water God Dragon or the Wood God Dragon? Let me know down below by dropping a comment. And of course, let's get 30 likes on this video so we can, of course, maybe find out who would win in this battle. The Water God Dragon or the Wood God Dragon. Dropping a like, of course, really does help the channel out a lot, and of course it makes me help do more of these battle scenarios for you guys, so make sure to drop a like. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care and peace.